Hey guys, Chaz from Pugliese Speed Shop, and as you might imagine, we're still working on finishing up a couple of those upgrades on a Caddy. I know they take a little bit of time, especially when you really don't want to do them. But I figure today's as good a day as any, so here's your Tuesday morning tech tip from Pugliese Speed Shop. As you guys might remember, we had a 1998 Cadillac Eldorado sitting right here for the better part of 2 months, right? And we were all tired of it, right? So we got all the big stuff done. We got it working right, got it moved out. I've driven it around a little bit, and there's a couple things you want to check. Like, after you do anytime you do a lot of maintenance on something, you know? So we touched like every system. We touched the cooling system, the charging system. We had valve cover off of it, brake system. So, guys, we touched a lot of stuff. So it's a good idea. I should probably stop saying that, but you get it. So it's a good idea to go through everything, you know, because you jump from one thing to the other. Maybe you forget to hook up a wire. I find that things work better when you plug them in. So I disconnected that when I took the air filter out and swapped it. So that could possibly be my fault, because that happened. And so it's a good idea to go, you know, drive a little bit and then go over everything. And that's what we're going to do. So a couple things that we're a little concerned about was we had a coolant leak. Actually, the more we talked about it, me and Jay figured out it's probably I overserviced it. Partially because, well, it's probably true, and also because I really don't want to have a leak, so I'd much rather just be like, it's good. And what else was there? That brake light that refuses to shut off, so we're going to look at a couple wires. And what was the last thing? Oh, yeah, the air conditioning. It just decided it was no longer, charged. Just weird. I'm sure it's just completely coincidental. But we figured, you know, with a nice fall day and, you know, a nor'easter, like tropical storm coming through, today's the day to make sure the air conditioning is working. I mean, everybody else is out panic buying, right? You know, milk and bread, you know, got to make them milk sandwiches, guys. But figure we'll mess with air conditioning. Way more productive, I'll tell you that right now. So we're going to start by moving this guy out of the shop, and bring the Caddy in. And the first thing we got to do is air this up, because we made that really great decision last week to just forget about it, and now, well, it's already slowing us down, guys. All right, pretty flawless evolution so far. See if we keep this going. All right, so we're going to just pretend this is not, you know, a familiar sight I went out there. It's the first time we're, jumping into here. Not a big deal. We got this brand new official GM part, so we shouldn't have any issues, right? Let's go ahead and fire this little bad dog up. A little light on the subject there. All right, so I'm not a fan of these pressurized things. I like when the radiator's in front, the cap is over here, and things look normal. But engine's in sideways, things aren't normal. You know what I'm saying? So, but this looks like a regular radiator cap, so that's cool. Give it the old press down and, one, make sure, and then second, right? So the reason that's like that, guys, quick little, so when you first open it, it still catches, is in case you open this thing and it's pressurized, it don't come flying up at you. You can still get burned, so be careful. This thing's been shut off for a while. Never got hot anyways, but just a little, little safety tip there. So cap looks good. Nothing's coming apart on it. Rubber's all legit. Cool. Now we'll look down in here. So the coolant is just touching that little black bar there. Guys, even in the book it says, oh, look on the side and see what it says. There's nothing, guys. There's no window to look at. So I'm gonna, and I've looked at every video, I can't find nothing. I'm gonna assume that black bar is kind of like your fold mark, because that's exactly where it was when we first got it going, and there was a big puddle under here, right? It went down to that exact mark, because I topped it right up to the lid, because that's what we do. And yeah. So then I topped it off again. I drove it for about a half an hour. Right back. So that thing's just touching. So I'm thinking that's the mark. And then to make sure nothing was leaking, because you got to be sure, right? That's the whole reason we're doing this. The only thing that took off was that one right there. And then, where's the other? See if I get it there. This is a little hose clamp. The light's on it. I'm trying to get you guys in there. This isn't the easiest thing. You see the hose clamp right there? That guy. Yeah, that one. Only things I took off. They're completely dried. And even after I just shut the car off. And there's some in here. There's some heater hoses in there. They're all dry. The only spot that had any remnants of coolant was where this little overflow goes down there into the abyss, and yeah, you get it, right? So I overthought it there, which, as you guys know, messing with this car, it's not a bad thing. Sometimes you got to overthink some things. You got to know when to stop thinking, overthinking. Yeah. So we're calling that good. So that's that. We'll move on to the AC thing, because, that's really important. So I'm not going to go in and tell you guys how to hook this thing up and check everything, because these guys right here have videos on that, and I'm thinking they know better than I do. What I do want to show you is something that's a little unique on the Cadillac here, and I'm sure it's not the only car. But it's got the climate control, right? It's not a traditional, like I like, with the knobs to high, low, and all that kind of thing. So, you do got AC, on and off, your mode, your fan, all that kind of stuff. But those things tell you to put the AC on high and recirc and all that. I guess we got that there. So you got to turn it on. And it automatically wants to turn off. Recirc. Yeah, we'll keep that there. There's a little button. Turn it on and off. So, guys, the problem here is, it'll come up. Yeah, the switch thing, we know about that. AC refrigerant low. Yeah, low refrigerant. AC off. It won't turn on, guys. Look. There it is. It's not turning on. Doesn't do good with that. Yeah. That says AC off. It's blurry as hell because of the type of lighting, but yeah. It won't turn on. Then you go here. Auto. Nope. 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 So, like I mentioned before, this has to be on to service it, but you won't turn on because it needs serviced. You gotta love Cadillac, right? Guys, we found a trick, all right? Excuse me, as you hear my voice a little different, because it's really pissed me off, and I yelled at the car, and this is the end result. This is like, what happens when you work on this thing, I promise you. But what we had to do was we came over here, disconnected the battery for like 15 minutes, right? And then I didn't record it because I had to run, Start the car, it's not reading low yet, and I ran over here. Already had everything connected, and it charged up. Guys, it's freezing us out of there now. So it took a whole bottle of this stuff, right? It's like empty. And here's another fun fact. I'm gonna flip you around and show you this because Cadillac. All right, so here's your standard can of charging juice, right? And this thing, whoop, there we go. It's empty, so it bounces around. This guy right here, the connector, will only fit on your low pressure fitting, so you don't blow stuff up, right? We'll take it over here to the car. It will fit on this one, and it will fit on this one. This is the one you want to go with. I think this is some kind of bleed port, because there's your high pressure fitting back there. So, this little fella right here, that little guy, yeah. Ain't gonna fit on there. So this is the one you want to put it on. You just kind of, that don't do nothing. So, over there. That's what I figured out anyways. This one wasn't taking it. Fix the problem, guys. Guys, we got to get that Cadillac out of here like immediately, because we don't want to get too comfortable and, cause problems, because that's what she does. But, nah, seriously, you guys can probably hear it's raining out there. So, we want to do the old switcheroo before that started. And, as you can also see, it's dark. So, I messed with that Caddy for a little bit. Not that you didn't already know that, right? But, guys, we got 2 out of 3 things that we wanted to tackle today done. Like we said, the cooling system, legit. And then the, what do you call that thing? Yeah, the AC, all good. Now, that was aggravating, and it took a little bit of doing, because I said we had the whole problem there. You see that bug? Try to get me. But yeah, it won't, you got to have it on to charge it, and it won't come on if it's not charged. So that's a whole issue. The reason is because that the compressor's got to be spinning, and it sucks the charging juice out of it there. It's basically what it does, all right? Disconnecting the battery, I felt, was the least intrusive way to get this done. There were some other things in forums, and I'll have the kid post the links, but about jumping relays and doing all that. 1 8-millimeter bolt. We disconnected the battery, waited 15 minutes, good to go. Reset all the codes, so it just tricked the computer. You turned everything on, and the sensors didn't catch it because, like I said, I had the bottle shaken up, hooked up, ready to go, in the correct port. That's important. And started it, put it on high. And when I say high, I mean I put the climate control to the lowest setting, so everything was on high. And I literally ran out there and started charging it. And it worked. So it's over here throwing ice cubes at us now, so we're good to go. It's aggravating, guys, and there's no videos about it, so, we'll put that in the description or something, I guess, so hopefully that'll help people find some stuff. And, but yeah, the forums have it. That's a lot of stuff with this Caddy. Andrew's on all those forums. He got all the stuff that, because they're special, as we know. Guys, so knocking out a couple things is nice, I did get a little aggravated, and I wish I didn't, but what are you going to do, right? A lot of these problems this car had was from letting it sit. That's probably that AC. He didn't drive it much up there in New York. it sat for the majority of the summer. That's what happens, guys. So, got to keep these things going, you know? Excuse me. That's what happens when you yell at your car. Right? But, no, seriously, letting it sit is terrible for any car. Don't even, you're not saving nothing. Get out there and drive. That's what I'm saying, all right? And the only gripe we have left is that brake light, which ironically is the first problem we had. I'm going to continue to work on that, see what we can find, on the forums and all that stuff. Everything's just saying that switch is bad, which we've already changed it. Then they clean your connector and do that. We did all that. So there's a problem. Either it's a broke wire or we'll find out. But that's it, guys. The Caddy saga is almost over. Because we still have one more crap. But no. Seriously, hopefully this helps somebody. And, because if you own one of these cars, you're going to do some work. That's just how it is. So hopefully it's helping somebody. If not, hey, tune in on Friday. We're back on the Le Mans. Thanks for watching, guys.